One day after the medical examiner identified the remains in the Tesla as those of 15-year-old Celeste Rivas, LAPD investigators served a search warrant at David's home in the Hollywood Hills on Wednesday night.
September 8th, 2025. Hollywood, California. A tall yard worker notices a smell coming from an impounded Tesla. Police open the trunk. Inside, human remains, 2 cadaver bags. The car belongs to a famous musician, a man whose fans number in the millions, a man whose breakthrough song is called Romantic Homicide. The remains belong to a 14-year-old girl named Celeste. She had been missing for over a year. And here's the thing that's going to stay with you long after this video ends. He told us. He told us exactly who he was.
And there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments. I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself.
Over and over and over. In his music, in his merchandise, on stage, on his social media. We just called it art. Before we say his name, before we give one more second to his image, his music, his brand, I want to talk about her. Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. She grew up in Lake Elsinore, California, a small city southeast of Los Angeles. Her parents had immigrated from El Salvador, and she had a brother who loved her and a mother whose whole world she was. She was a teenager who loved music, who was online the way every teenager is online, building a community, finding belonging, existing in digital spaces the way her generation does. She was, by every account, a normal girl living a normal life. Until she wasn't. We'll come back to Celeste, but first, I need to tell you about the man she found online. Because to understand what happened to her, you need to understand exactly who he was. And exactly what he was showing the world, hiding in plain sight the entire time. David Burke, known online as David, born in Queens, New York. He started on YouTube playing Fortnite, moved to TikTok. His music went viral, record deal, millions of followers, a world tour, a Coachella set. By his early 20s, he was everywhere. And his brand, the image he carefully, deliberately constructed, was this. A song called Romantic Homicide. That was his breakthrough song. The song that made him famous. Romance fused with killing. Violence packaged as poetry. Millions of streams. Then the merchandise. His official merchandise sold to fans, many of them teenagers. Blood-spattered t-shirts. And then the live shows. At one performance, he brought a casket on stage. A literal casket. The crowd went wild. Then, a music video showing a body being placed in a trunk. And then, he reposted content on social media. Content referencing cutting up a woman who cheated on him. At the time, people called it edgy. They called it dark humor. They called it autistic vision. I want to ask you something. If a man you knew personally had a song about murdering a romantic partner, sold clothing covered in fake blood, brought a coffin to work, made a video of a body in a trunk, and joked online about dismembering women, what would you call it? Because I'll tell you what I call it. I call it a map. And Celeste was 12 years old when she first found him online. David had an official Discord server. For those who don't know, Discord is a messaging app. Artists use it to build intimate communities with fans. It feels personal. It feels like access. It feels like the artist actually knows you. For adult fans, it's harmless. But for a 12-year-old girl who loves his music, it's a door. Records indicate that Celeste was present in his server as early as 2022. She would have been 11 or 12. Other users in that server referred to her as his girlfriend. Nobody pulled the alarm. Over time, the online relationship became real world.
I media trained you.
No, you didn't.
That's controversial.
It's controversial of kids.
Really good.
Okay,
It's
bye.
been a good one. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Mwah, 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 mwah. Oh my! Delete everything. Delete everything. Everything goes.
Celeste began spending time with Burke in person. Eventually, she moved into a property where he was living. She and Burke had matching tattoos. Her mother knew she had a boyfriend named David. Her brother knew she was connected to him. And Celeste was reported missing. She was reported once, and then again, and then a third time. 3 missing persons reports. A 14-year-old girl, known to be in the company of an adult man, and each time she was classified as a runaway. Not a child in danger, a runaway. 3 times. April 23rd, 2025. Prosecutors allege that Celeste visited Burke's home in Hollywood Hills. She was never heard from again. Her family kept looking. Her mother kept her photograph ready. Her brother kept talking about her. Months passed. In September 2025, surveillance footage had confirmed she was still alive as recently as January. A Tesla was towed from the Hollywood Hills. Neighbors said it had been sitting there abandoned for over a month. At the tow yard, the workers noticed the smell. And when police opened the trunk, there she was, Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez, 14 years old, daughter of immigrants who crossed an ocean so she could have a life, in 2 cadaver bags, in a trunk, a full year of silence. David Burke was arrested in April 2026, charged with first-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a minor, mutilation of human remains. Prosecutors allege the abuse began when Celeste was 12 or 13, that it continued for over a year. Then he killed her specifically to stop her from exposing what he had done to her, to protect his career. The special circumstances include lying in wait and murdering a witness. A bomb threat evacuated the courthouse during his arraignment. He was held without bail. He has pleaded not guilty, and his attorneys say that the evidence will show he did not kill Celeste, and that he was not the cause of her death. He is entitled to that defense. The courts will decide. But here is what is not disputed. She was a child. She was in his server at 12. She lived with him. She was reported missing 3 times, and she was found in his trunk. Those facts exist, regardless of what any jury decides. Let me tell you exactly what happened inside that courtroom. David walked in there wearing a black hoodie, stone-faced, the same unbothered energy he had carried all through every performance, every red carpet, every sold-out show, knowing fully well that Celeste was rotten in the back of his car. The judge read the charges. First-degree murder, continuous sexual abuse of a minor beginning when Celeste was 12 years old, mutilation of human remains, and then the words death penalty entered the room. And the man who built his entire brand around death, who named his song Romantic Homicide, who brought a casket on stage, who put a body in a music video trunk, this man flinched. Because it turns out, death is very different when it's coming for you. There's more. Prosecutors say his phone and iCloud accounts contain a significant amount of child sexual abuse material, a wiretap, recorded communications, 40 terabytes of evidence, and the medical examiner confirmed what many feared. Celeste died from multiple penetrating wounds to her torso. Her arms and legs were removed from her body. She was 14 years old. And while all of this was happening, while her body was decomposing in the trunk, her parents were printing her photograph. Her brother was telling anyone who would listen that she knew the man named David. Her family was making missing persons reports. 3 reports. This week, her parents spoke publicly for the first time. They called her beautiful, a strong girl who loved to sing and dance. They said all they want for Celeste is justice. That's all they want. Not a podcast deal, not a Netflix series, not a viral content. Justice. Her name was Celeste Abigail Rivas Hernandez. She was 14 years old. She loved to sing and dance. Her parents crossed an ocean so she could have a life. Say her name. Share this video and do not look away, because the preliminary hearing starts May 1st and I will be right here. Subscribe and I'll see you in the next one.